Over the last 7 decades, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has emerged as a proactive, transparent and robust regulator. ICAI is regulatory body of the financial audit and accountancy profession in India, issuing standards on accounting, audit, ethics and rebuild guidance to ensure quality services, augmented and enhance the competence of peer and financial reporting review boards. Embracing technology to augment competence and capacity of members and firms to improve quality. Almost 1 lakh firms spread across India are engaged in audit, assurance, taxation, valuation, due diligence and business advisory, etc. Promoting CA firms as export of CA services by working to establish presence.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. This is your host, Shweta Marvel, and I welcome all of you on the 4th day, that is 21st November, and this is the 21st year of World Congress of Accountants, and we are honored to welcome all of you in India. As you all know it, this is happening for the first time in India. But yes, this is the last day, last afternoon. I'm really happy as well as little sad that this is going to be the last afternoon in front of all of you. But without wasting any time, let's learn something more because we have our eminent speakers who are waiting to share their views and their themes. So let's welcome them one by one, but let me tell you on what we are going to discuss now. So the subject now is initiatives for MSME, startup, PFM and export of CA services. In this session, I would like everyone to join to know more about ICAI initiatives for the capacity building of MSME and startup, strengthening public financial management and promoting export of CA services. So one by one, I would like to call all the speakers on the stage. I would like all my audience, lovely audience, please put your hands together to address the theme, CA Uttam Prakash Agarwal, Honorable Past President ICAI. Come on, audience. Big round of applause. Come on, everyone. Cheer up. Next on the panel, I would like to invite on stage CA Kemisha Soni, Chairperson, Committee on Public and Government Financial Management. I would like to take the opportunity to invite on stage CA Dheeraj Khandelwal, Chairman, Committee on MSME and Startup and Committee for Development of International Trade Services and WTO. Next, I would like to invite CA Rohit Ruwatia, Vice Chairman, Committee for Development of International Trade Services and WTO. Okay, we are going to call next on stage CA Dr. Raj Chawla, Vice Chairman, Committee on MSME and Startup. And last but not the least, one chair is remaining. Let's call our last speaker on the stage, CA Piyush Chhajed, Central Council Member. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on the stage. For the opening remarks, I would like to call on stage, on the dais actually, I would like to call on dais CA Uttam Prakash Agarwal, Honorable Past President ICAI. Come on, everyone, one more time.
Good afternoon. Sitting on the dais, Kemisha Soni, Dheeraj Khandelwal, Rohit Ruwatia, Dr. Chawla, Piyush Chhajed, other council member sitting in the audience, and my good friend, the technology president, Mr. Raghu from Bangalore, my dear chartered accountants, professional friends, brothers and sisters. At the outset, let me congratulate each one of you for participating in the World Congress organized by our Mother Institute, Institute of Chartered Account of India. In last 118 years, we got this opportunity. I also got the opportunity to stand before you and discuss some of the issue, because this World Congress is just not like a CPA program or some seminar or some conferences. Today, this is a time, place where we all have to come together and see that how we have already completed in last 75 years. In spite of we are the great professional of this whole world, and the way how the people have taken all of us. Friends, it is not, when I see this whole agenda today, that Committee on Public and Finance, Government Financial Management Committee, the MSME Committee, Startup Committee, Committee for the Development of International Trade, Service, WTO, then various technical session has taken place. And we all, whenever we go to any conference, seminar, we as a chartered accountant keep searching some opportunity coming, the way the speaker will come and throw the opportunity. Friend, the day when we become the chartered accountant, the day when we become the professional accountant, the plethora of the professional opportunities are there. We would have not joined the CA profession unless and until we were knowing that there is no opportunity. But when the proper opportunities are there and we are not able to encase where we are lacking the SWOT analysis, we have not done anything. If I talk for the professional opportunity offshore, and if I see the opportunity in India, today, globally, we have a very good place. But I've seen so many chartered accountants whenever we met, even the previous session also, we have seen, still we are thinking about the empanelment of a chartered accountant, either the tender process and all these things. I don't think in any other profession we have all the system of empanelment of tender or something. Because the Institute of Chartered Account of India has done great work for all of us in the last 75 years. The lot of capacity building has been done by the Institute of Chartered Account of India. But still the mindset in last 75 years till today, we people are still thinking about only the assurance of audit through the public sector, bank, insurance industry, and all public sector undertaking. What I see today, young generation, that their mindset is not only in the audit and the way the regulators, the NAFRA, the government is taking chartered account in what role. Every field there is a changes. You take even the engineering, you take the medical, you take the architecture, everywhere in the law. But chartered accountant, there is no changes in the last 75 years. Still we all are focusing only on audit. What is the object and what is the purpose of having a chartered accountant? Our forefather thought in 1949 that there has to be a chartered accountant for the development of this country. It's not merely doing only the audit that this country can be considered as a developed country across the globe. We chartered accountants have been given a lot of knowledge from our ICAI. As a corporate leader, it's not only the chartered accountant. We have been considered, we have been made, we have been produced as a corporate leader by our Institute of Chartered Account of India. I see where, because I got the opportunity to serve the various board where in the financial sector. I don't find even 5-10 good chartered accountant who can render the good service to that organization and give us the result what stakeholder requires. If you see today the whole social media, whenever you will see any opportunity come, insolvency professional, everybody attending 2-3 month course become the insolvency professional. Independent director, we start all applying for the independent directors. Concurrent audit, we started doing all these things. We still, after completing 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years in the profession, after passing, still we searching for the opportunity. We have not become the expert, industry-specific expert, specialization of any field. How many people we are here, we are totally strong enough to say that, yes, I am expert for this particular subject where I can serve the stakeholders? No. In banking sector, insurance sector, you know, the sector is very wide. Even the table requires the insurance. Why we talk about always the opportunity enough. How many people we are trained in the subject? Institute is doing very good startup, So outsourcing, Dheeraj has taken a very good initiative this time, but the support from the government, which we don't find. And this is a time in the World Congress, we all people should come together and see that how government start considering our value, the knowledge what we possess today, given by our institute in 3 years and keep on giving through the CP awards. This profession is lacking only the unity. If we all become united, if we become all united like other professors, I don't think that anywhere we have to discuss about the opportunity. And the way our service has been considered in terms of the cost, in terms of the payment, we all are responsible. Through this World Congress, I request each one of you, you have not spent unnecessarily the money for registration here, coming all the way, leaving your important job, family, attending 4 days. It's not a small thing. We all have done. We all are the resourceful person for this country, for the globally. But it should not be a to entertainment program or meeting or interaction, searching for the opportunity. Everybody has the talent. Just bring the talent, discuss, make the teamwork, create the networking. If today institute can plan the great opportunity outside India, but government support is there with us, do we are capable to understand the local law of that country? Do we have the resources of having the networking in that country? Do we have resources for creating the brand building of all of us? ICAI has given enough knowledge to all of us. And every time they are coming with so many publications, so many seminar conferences. But what is the use of that? I am not able to understand. Whenever we discuss for selecting a good chartered accountant, it is a very difficult task to get a good people with the confidence. Yes, if this assignment is given, there will be 100% satisfaction and the result what we are expecting. Because somewhere we discuss about the cyber audit, somewhere we are discussing about IT audit. Rightly discussed in previous session that the empanelment form coming out with the 550 pages, 60 pages. And what the fees payment are given by them. So this World Congress should be taken by all of us as a creating the confidence and build a very strong network. Opportunity is already there. We are all enough knowledgeable to discharge our responsibility. And ICAI is there with you to make more capable. But the knowledge, the capability, where to use, how to use, that is a very great question. And I will request all the council members that today the course curriculum what we have, right, is totally abandoned. We still are thinking what is not done by my young generation. You have to create even the articleship training period also. That has to be the industry specific, because the time is going to come where there is a more focus on the risk management, more focus on the compliances, more focus on the IT system, because there are a lot of fraud is going to take place, and ultimately the government will make responsible to a chartered accountant only. So you all have to discuss, even the global leader has come, and how we change our course curriculum like other professionals where they talk and discuss about the specializations. So I will conclude because we are already late by 30 minutes, and I do not want in the World Congress we give the impression that still Indian people are, today I think all are Indian people, no problem. So therefore, otherwise a good opportunity. I know that a lot of good friends across the country are here to listen to me the way I speak, but other sessions are also there. I will have another opportunity to discuss and speak to you all in future. Thank you very much to the President of ICAI to giving me this opportunity, have an interaction with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, CA Uttam Prakash Agarwal, Honorable Past President ICAI. It was wonderful listening to you. And as he said that we are running out of time, but definitely if we could have more time, we would love to listen you more and more and more. Thank you so much, sir. Now to address the theme, I would like to call on dais CA Kemisha Soni, Chairperson Committee on Public and Government Financial Management. So can we please give a huge round of applause to her?
Honorable Past President ICAI, CA Uttam Prakash Agarwal ji, my council colleague Dheeraj Kumar Khandelwal ji, Rohit Ruwatia ji, Raj Chawla ji, Piyush Chhajed ji. I would also recognize the presence of our Honorable Past President, CA K. Raghu sir, my council colleague Hansraj Chugh ji, Pramod Jain ji, and dear participants. Greetings of the day, everyone. The topic of this presentation is public finance, in which we would mainly cover the Indian and global perspective about public finance and contribution made by the ICAI in this arena. So first I would like to mention about, as all you can see this slide, in India, there are 3 levels of governments: central government, state government, and local self-government. And case-based accounting system is being followed in central and state government. And we have that Government Accounting Standard Advisory Board, constituted by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, is formulating accounting standards for central and state government. And local self-government, that is also known as local bodies, in further divided into 2 segments, that is urban local bodies and rural local bodies. And urban local bodies are mandated to follow accrual-based accounting system based upon National Municipal Accounting Manual, that is NAMAM. Here I am sharing because for the information, and also our member can refer in professional opportunity reference also. So the states are expected to develop their municipal accounts manual on NAMAM. So most of the states have already prepared and notified the same. And RLB, that is rural local bodies, are mandated to follow cash-based accounting system. And for the ease of all stakeholders, financial prudence, report comparison, cohesiveness, and timely achievement of requisite targets, central government has got prepared a web-based platform, that is e-Gram Swaraj, enabling RLBs to fulfill all type of requirements related to accounts, documentation, audit, and other related statement, like so many reports. For example, assets register, billing, and so many other analytical reports also available on e-Gram Swaraj. And further, ICAI, through its Committee on Public and Government Financial Management, is also formulating accounting standard for local bodies to harmonize diverse accounting practices that are being followed in local bodies. So that is good areas of practice also. So looking at the global perspective, International Public Sector Accounting Standard Board of IFAC issues international public sector accounting standards that are internationally accepted accounting and financial reporting standard for all levels of government. And IPSAs are based upon international financial reporting standards issued by International Accounting Standard Board, and IFAC membership consists of 180 professional accountancy organizations across 135 jurisdictions. And as per IFAC 22, as you can see on the slide, that global adoption status snapshot as on 31st December 21, 14% members organization have already adopted IPSAs, 47% have partially adopted IPSAs, and 39% have not adopted IPSAs. So now I would like to share in India that we have committee. As a partner in nation building, ICAI plays an important role in public finance. ICAI, through its non-standing committee, namely the Committee on Public and Government Financial Management, is contributing to improve the accounting and financial management system in all tiers of government in India by various means, such as formulation of accounting standards for local bodies, involvement in capacity building of financial officers of various tiers of government in India through several means like organizing customized training programs, workshop, webinar, developing relevant e-learning module, etc. And also submission of technical inputs to C&AG, GAZAP, CGA, RBI, SEBI, Ministry of Railways, municipal corporations, and also internationally on the documents of IPSAS from time to time. Also under this committee, running certificate course on public finance and government accounting for member of ICAI and government officials. And committee has also launched recently online self-paced course on digital learning hub of ICAI on topic public finance and government accounting, that is free for member of ICAI also, and accrual accounting system, that is free for our ICAI members and government officials. So our member can also refer and also visit that platform. And recently we have also launched our separate portal where we have compiled all type of government public finance related professional opportunity on that platform. So these are some publication of this committee. So here I would like to mention some important publications. So you can refer that publication and you can download it through this web portal also. So one is Compendium of SLBs and its volume 2 contains all SLBs at one place. Second, one of our important publication, SLB at Glance, covers SLBs in very simple language, which is useful not only for the stakeholders, but also for the authorities. And there is also a summary of SLBs, contains certain version of the SLB covering relevant portion of SLBs along with various formats. So that will be useful for our chartered accountant also. And we also have a very useful publication, commonly used term in public finance and government accounting, covering modern latest terminology used in the arena of public finance and government accounting. So just I would like to share certain information related to that certificate course, because if member is interested in that particular area, so we are also conducting a certificate course on public finance and government accounting, and members of ICAI and government officials can join this certificate course. The objective of this course is to enable participants to gain reasonable knowledge about government accounting, public financial management, and equip them with an understanding of the economic policy of the government, budget, fiscal tools, government grant, public funds, fund management rules, regulations, and accounting system pertaining to government departments, municipal corporation, institution of central, state, and local government through case studies, lectures, and dynamic peer discussions, and building up their understanding of the challenges. And specifically, one session is related to opportunity in this particular field. And the course enables interaction with faculty that comprises of senior government officials, chartered accountants having subject-specific knowledge, and senior economists of public finance and government accounting. And the certificate course has got recognition even in issuing that tender related to local bodies, government departments, authorities. And just I would like to mention some state in Maharashtra also, Jammu Kashmir, and so many states they are referring about this certificate course. And total 16 classes are held virtually through Digital Learning Hub. And even during weekend, generally we are organizing these classes. And members of ICAI are awarded CP hours and certificate after learning online MCQs based examination. Government officials are awarded a certificate of participant. Just I have given here that certificates format. So ICAI, being a member of international body, that IFAC, is taking the international public sector accounting IPSAS as based on formulate the accounting standard of local bodies. In India, we are not adopting as it is international standards. We are converging that standard according to our local situation. So the modification of the IPSAs are made in the light of Indian condition, keeping in the view of peculiar activity and nature of business of our local bodies. And ASLB sets out recognition, measurement, presentation, and disclosure requirement dealing with transaction and event in general purpose financial statement of local bodies like accounting standard. So that is in the same format in ASLB also. So till date, the ICAI has brought total 31 ASLBs corresponding to IPSAs that are relevant for India. So out of 31 SLBs is to facilitate transition from cash to accrual system of accounting. And that standards also issued by ICAI in nature of recommendatory. It is the prerogative of the state government to adopt and mandate these standards. And to begin with, the Council of the ICAI has mandated two accounting standards. One is related to cash flow statement and one is related to ASLB 5 borrowing cost. Both standards are mandatory. Just here, because this is a global event that is about the carve-out related to that standards, so these slides covers the major carve-outs that we have made while formulating SLB. These are, one is IPSAs are generally applicable for all level of government. However, SLBs are in India only applicable to local bodies in India. Therefore, modification have been made in Indian context. Second changes is IPSAs permit classification of expenses based on either in nature of function within the entity or according to nature wise. Function wise and nature wise. Whereas SLB in India, only nature wise classification of expenses. One is also important difference between international and domestic. The concept of retrospective restatement has been removed from SLB while applying an accounting policies and correcting a prior period error. And one is also carved out related to IPSAs provide that the useful life of intangible assets can be finite or indefinite, whereas SLB provides that the useful life of an intangible asset would be finite, and there is a rebuttable presumption that the life of an intangible asset will not exceed 10 years from the date when the asset is available for us. That is the major difference. And also one difference, SLBs provides the threshold limit that not more than 10 segment to be reported. Through there is no such type of restriction in IPSAs. So future plan of ICAI are focused towards first pursuing government to adopt accounting standards that are converged with IPSAs in all levels of government. ICAI is supporting the same in several ways, like ICAI has shared a roadmap for phase-wise implementation of SLB in urban local bodies. Second, ICAI has mandated two SLB, two cash flow statement, SLB 5 on borrowing cost to comply with while auditing of financial statement of urban local bodies. ICAI has also mandated guidance note on accounting for investment for local bodies. And ICAI, through its research foundation, was also carrying some research projects related to municipal corporations. Second, pursuing government organization to explore possibility of engaging professional accountant in accounts, audit, finance, even in department of government organization, either on permanent role or on contractual basis also, or as an advisor also. So that level also we are representing and supporting government's initiatives in training their accounts and finance staff for successful implementation of accounting and financial management reforms. Dear members, still government is also struggling for implementations related to accrual-based accounting system in local bodies. So this concludes my presentation. Thank you everyone for your patient listening, and I wish you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The presentation was definitely a useful one because we could learn about the courses, about the future plans, and I'm sure the audience is quite aware now what ma'am wanted to explain to everyone through her presentation. Thank you so much, CA Kemisha Soni. Can we please put your hands together? Everyone put your hands together. Come on, for ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call on Dais to address the theme by CA Dheeraj Kumar Khandelwal, Chairman Committee on MSME and Startup and Committee for Development of International Trade, Services and WTO.
Yeah, presentation. My council colleague in the dais, as well as of the dais, the past president, Uttam Prakash Agarwal ji, A. Raghu ji, and my all fellow colleague over here. I think the startup, the topic which is given to me, it's a very unique from last 10, 20 years. But became more common phenomena in last 2, 3 years. And there's a lot of buzz about the startup. Whenever the session is there on the startups, people wanted to understand, listen, what it's about and how it's going to change the future of our profession. The startup is something not new. The startup is from last 10, 20 years. The businesses, houses came, that's also started with the startups only. The concept had changed. Now the startups, which is called a scalable with the technology, is the startup. And if I talk about the startup journey from last 20 years, how it is changed. Previously, there was maybe around 20 years before, 100 to 20, 100 or 200 startup might be there. But after 2016 or 17, the entire domination of the startup has changed in India. And there is a reason over it. The reason is our literacy rate. In 2010, 11, their literacy rate was about 60 to 70%. Now literacy rate is 80%. Their change is about for the digitization. The India landscape has been changed due to the monetization, demonetization, and the new regulation or new product came like UPI system. When we used to have the QR code, now all vendors, shopkeepers, pan shopkeepers have the QR code, and after the QR code, through the UPI system, the money deposited into the bank accounts. It's completely, or the all government benefits are also directly reaching to the beneficiaries. These are all digitalization. And of course, the India's logistic, now previously 10, 20 years before, there was no proper highways. Now highways are all being built. There's no warehousing system. The warehousing system is built. The all entire ecosystem is really building up the momentum for the startup. I want to brief what is the startup ecosystem here. You can see about India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. 105 unicorns collectively raised 90 billion euros, having valuation of more than 400 billion euro. Out of 105, the 44 unicorns born in India in last year, 2021. You can see it, the 100 out of 105, you can say that 300 plus is the unicorns. We have around 665 plus active VC funds in India. We have around 2,600 corporate investors. And of course, that's not official 26,500, but maybe 50,000, 60,000, maybe the angel investor will be there. And I can say it, the every 10th unicorn in the global presence, India from the India is the one unicorn is there. And every 9th day in India, one unicorn is, are creating from the India. And you can see it in it's this half year of the 2022 also. Our overall startup funding in India rose to the 17.9 billion euro. That's about the sizable things. And that's what we are talking about, the startup ecosystem. We know that in the startup ecosystem, around more than 80,000 startup has been registered. I'm aware of that in 2018, when we have a startup ecosystem in Mumbai, by ICAI, the first time the startup funding, VC funding, and conference being held, the 106 startup from the Chartered Accountant fraternity came for the pitching session. And more than 700 participants were there to enthusiast for the startup ecosystem. I can tell about this is not a new by the Chartered Accountant. In the 90s also, the Chartered Accountant like Motilal Oswal, Nirmal Jain and others have started their entrepreneurial journey in 90s when they got the Bombay Stock Exchange card. And entrepreneurs is in our blood. We Chartered Accountants also start our practices. This is just a entrepreneurship, a startup with the new technology. Now time has changed, the practices changed. Our Honorable Past President Raghu is also, emphasized that the technology is going to take a lot of step in the, our profession also. And a lot of fintechs are coming up by the Chartered Accountant. I can say it about now the future is the Chartered Accountant previously used to be just in the industry like a CFO or CEO, or maybe in the practice, whatever be doing the practice. The third streamline has come up is a entrepreneurship through the startup. And there is a ecosystem being created by the India. Why the ICAI should be behind on it? Why can I say that IIMs, IITs are pioneering on the startup ecosystem? Why not ICAI? And ICAI has a reason. When I interacted with the former Minister of the Commerce Ministry in 2018, he said that there are very few chartered accountants are there in the startup, and there was 30,000 startup was registered at that time. And that time I can say it about when I asked that what is the success ratio? He said the success ratio is about 2 to 3%. When who are the leading IITs I am? I said that I know at least 106 startup led by the chartered accountant, and I can say it, the success ratio is 19 to 95%, because the chartered accountant know the finance, and for each and every industry running, the finance is very important for the startup also. And we are having commercial, operational, financial knowledge, but just acquiring a technological knowledge, we can be on the front runner of the startup. Now, being a chartered accountant, I can say there are three ways of the opportunities open up for each and every one. One, definitely you can be an entrepreneur as a co-founder or founder. Two, you can be a service provider, because now the startups are around 80,000 startups are there. But I'm sure about next 5 years, maybe around 5 lakhs startup going to be there. Third, the very important, just be an investor, angel investors. When we are investing in the secondary market, when we are talking about the various issues in the stock exchange, when we are analyzing the balance sheet and investing the money, we can also analyze the balance sheet of the or startup. There are the handsome return on it. There may be around 199x and all. So that's also important. We have to support the ecosystem by investing in the proper startups. So 3 wave of opportunities have been there. And that's the reason in ICAI, we started the ICAI Startup Gateway. Last year, we launched the startup portal, ICAI, startup.ici.com. That is the startup.ici. And this is the startup in the 36 startup already investors already onboarded it. The business consultant, the chartered accountant firm, around 650 chartered accountant firm, those who are providing the startup services, being registered. Incubation facilities. In ICAI itself, we started the incubation centers across the 11 places. We have the mentorship program, wherein the mentors, around 141 mentors are already been present. We started the certificate course on the startup. That's important. And we also started the refresher course, residential refresher course, where the presentation skills and about funding skill, everything's been taught to each and every participant. The certificate course we already launched. 5 batches being completed. We have signed the 3 MOUs with the various stakeholders as a government. The IIM Lucknow, where the chartered accountant can be placed in the IIM Lucknow incubation centers, as well as iHub of the Gujarat. The Gujarat have the various largest ecosystem of the startup that also been provided with the signing the MOU. We are going to be a mentor for there. And even in the Mumbai, from the Bombay Stock Exchange facilities, we have the sign up MOUs. The 3 MOUs being signed up. I'm sure about it. Within the next year, you might be having the across India, across the branches which we are having the tie-up with the various colleges, degrees, and everyone, so that our chartered accountant, our student can get the place in the incubation system entire. And we are continuously doing, having the capacity building program. And you can see this is a dashboard of the startup. So the completely digital entire ecosystem of the startup, rather than be physical, entire digital. You can have a pitch deck also. You can be pitch your deck all onto the portal. You will get the funding also. We are onboarding a lot of VC funds. We are onboarding the investors. We are onboarding. We are urging all you over present over here, be part of the entire ecosystem. You can be investors. You can also find your startup. Or if you looking for a startup entrepreneurship, you can be a co-founder over there. There are the co-founder schemes where we are urging various places like in the IIMs, IITs. If you need a chartered accountant as a co-founder, you can find this from the art portal. And that's the entire ecosystem which we are putting. And this is the application, incubation applications. This is the people, business consultant. And this is the Connect Mentorship Program. And this is the profiles already be given it. These are the investors which already been present. And that's why I'm saying that the institute has just begun it. And we are going to very promising on it. We're going to have a largest ecosystem in the India about our profession. With this, I request each and everyone to part of the entire ICAI ecosystem. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dheeraj sir. Thank you so much for bringing us the core and useful information about Indian ecosystem as well as the startup dashboard. I'm sure my audience is learning really well. Okay, so calling upon the next person on dais, I would like to take the opportunity to invite CA Rohit Ruwatia, Vice Chairman, Committee for Development of International Trade Services and WTO. Everyone, please put your hands together for him.
respected Central Council member on the dais, our past President, Honorable past President Uttam Prakash Agarwal ji, Vice Chairman Dheeraj Khandelwal ji, Raj Chawla ji, Central Council member, Kemisha Soni ji, Piyush Chhajed ji, and in the front I can see past President Honorable K. Raghu ji, our council member, and maybe the mentor of mine, Prasanna ji and Sushil Goyal ji, Pramod ji, all the dignitaries, all the delegates from across India. A very good afternoon to all. I don't have the PPT presentation, so, and time has been allotted and I will continue and I'll sum up in the time allotted to me. And we are allotted with 7 minutes of time, so I'll just try to sum up what we are doing. हम जो institute level पे हम लोग कर रहे हैं और जो हमारी committee कर रही है, मैं अपनी इस बात को शुरू करने से पहले दो चीज़ ज़रूर कहूँगा. Whatever I am going to say is just because of our honorable President Debashish Mitra ji and Vice President Aniket Taleti ji in absentia, and my 3 chairmen of the committee provided by the institute, Dheeraj Khandelwal ji, Dayaniva Sharma ji and Sanjay Agarwal ji, under whom I am able to work with full independence. So just let me tell you, I have been given with the committees in the name of DRTC, Digital Reengineering Transformation Committee, the PR Committee, and the new committee, the committee formed 4 years before, International Trade, Development of International Trade and WTO. So you can see the mobile application, the websites, the other thing related to the digital aspect of the institute. You can see the digital learning hub, you can see the SSP portal, which are being taken care by the DRTC committee. You can see the brand building done by the institute this time. And we are confident that what the institute is actually has been very well displayed amongst you all, and you must appreciate and we all should feel pride that yes, we are fortunate to witness this World Congress of Accountant. And on day 4, when we see in the afternoon session, that is just before the lunch, the number of strength which we can see it, because just now one of the council members was telling me that the kind of strength in this session is really very great, because in concurrent session, having such number of participation is very good, and I'm thankful to each and every member who's present here. So let me come up and to share with what international development of international trade and WTO is doing. And of course, not without the support of my chairman, Dheeraj Khandelwal ji, who is always guiding me. He's always yes to me. Whenever I put a proposal to him, he always say, go ahead, you are the chairman, you are the chairman, you are the chairman. So I'm thankful to him. Recently, we organized an overseas meet, HR overseas meet, and we planned that why not Indian chartered accountants to be placed across world. So we are planning a campus placement in the coming month, maybe in the end of December or January, when we will be having our campus placement, and we believe that more than 300 chartered accountants from India to be placed across the world, which will be a great movement for all of us, that at least we believe the institute is working and we should focus and we should showcase what we can do. We are organizing language course. Maybe you people are aware or not, but we are doing Japanese course, we are doing English course, we are doing Spanish course, and we want more suggestions. If anybody want to learn more courses, we will do the language courses, because these are some sideline products. Maybe these are not relevant to what we are doing in the traditional practice, but actually if you want to grow, just like what our past president Uttam Prakash ji said, that we have to come out what we are doing. We have to think differently, we have to work differently, because now the world has become a global village. And in order to work in whole this sustainable environment, we need to understand the different languages. One of the council member is also learning Hindi. 2 of the council members are learning Hindi in the council, because they believe that they should understand the languages. So we believe that we should understand the world level languages. So this is another good step taken by our committee. One more important thing, guys. We have 75 representative offices and overseas chapters. हम लोगों को लगता है कि ये क्या काम के हैं. आप लोग किसी भी देश में, इन 75 देशों में कोई भी व्यक्ति आप कहीं पे भी जाएंगे, you will find an institute member over there. You connect to the institute if you want any kind of help or any kind of support system, क्योंकि हम, it happens many times, we don't know the connect. किससे पूछे, किससे बात करें, but I am just telling you that institute present is in 166 branches in India, and 75 overseas representative offices and overseas chapters are there. So you can connect for any kind of support system, maybe any kind of emergency or any issue if you face. One important issue, sir, we all are talking about that Indian firm should become global. Keep on talking, keep on talking, keep on talking. But we actually don't know, we actually understand, we need to understand that how we can become global. We can see that many of the big multinational networks are operating in India, which are managed and operated outside India, but they are working in India in our field, in the field of audit and everything. But no network from India is able to work outside India. So probably our committee is taking care of all the initiative of free trade agreement from various countries. Recently, the UK and India FTA trade agreement is on the table of the council. We expect and we are deliberating day and night on that issue so that something can come out of it. And if it happen in a good sense, then the countries, both the countries can have a reciprocity arrangement in the profession, in the audit profession too. So we are just expecting that if it happens, then it will open all the way for all of us, for the people. And once we open for UK, we will be able to open for all other countries on the reciprocity. So we are working, we are just understanding the strength and the weakness and the opportunities and threat. Looking to the aspect of India, then we will come up with certain things. I'll not take much of the time because time is short. And again, just one humble submission to each one of you, that feel pride that you're the member of the institute. You are the brand ambassador of the institute. Wherever you go, wherever you sit, you always need to say that I am a proud chartered accountant, because it is only we who has to communicate to this whole society that yes, feel that goosebump in you, that yes, I am proud to qualify with such a prestigious institute. Any suggestion from every one of you, कहीं पे भी किसी भी तरीके से आपको कहीं पे भी कोई सुझाव लगता है, feel free to connect to the institute. आप institute को भेजिए. Your voice will be heard, and we definitely acknowledge and we are committed to work on your strength. One more important thing to share, we have seen the brand building on the social media also. And I'm happy and glad to say that we have got this World Congress, hashtag WCOA 2022 has got more than 90 lakh of impressions on social media. So it is a very pride moment that we are everywhere. We are doing a great brand building and we are the top. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai ICAI.
Thank you so much, Rohit sir, for addressing your theme. And I can definitely say this presentation was quite inspiring. Not the PPT presentation, but whatever he said on mic. Yes, it is a proud moment for all the chartered accountants. So all of you people and the panelists, put your hands together for yourselves. Come on. We all are proud of all the chartered accountants in India as well as in the world. Thank you so much for all the services that you are providing to each and every human being on this earth. All right, on dais, I would like to call the next person, that is CA Dr. Raj Chawla, Vice Chairman, Committee on MSME and Startup. So everyone, one more time, please put your hands together for him.
Good afternoon, everyone. The most respected CA Uttam Prakash Agarwal ji, our past president of ICAI, my chairman, CA Dheeraj Khandelwal ji, CA Kemisha ji, CA Rohit ji, CA Piyush ji, my council colleague, CA Pramod Jain ji, CA Prasanna Kumar ji, CA Sushil bhai, and all my respected brothers and sisters of the profession. First of all, I am thankful to the President and Vice President of ICAI for giving me this opportunity to interact with all of you about this MSME committee of ICAI. Last year, in the year, our ICAI constituted this committee of MSME and startup in the great leadership of CA Dheeraj Khandelwal ji, and he did wonders in this committee. And another milestone he achieved this year when he started a concept of MSME Yatra. I hope everybody has seen the MSME bus standing in our exhibition hall. That was started on 18th of August from Mumbai itself. And the objective to start this MSME Yatra was to cover whole the India, 22 states, 75 days, 75 program, 75 cities. And I am very lucky being the vice chairman of this committee in the leadership of Dheeraj Bhai, that 15 branches was allotted to my northern region, being we have 5 regions. And I have attended all the 15 branches in my north region. So I have learnt a lot from that yatra. And believe me, my professional brothers and sisters, this is a great opportunity to all of us for this our professional practice. Because this MSME Act came into effect in the year 2006. And the number of registration were around 1 crore in the month of August 2022. And now, if you go on the website of MSME, today, the numbers are 1 crore 21 lakh 10,000. So this is the effect of our MSME Yatra, that within a span of 3 months, the numbers have grown 21%. This is the achievement of our MSME Yatra. And so friends, as our Prime Minister dream is that our country should be Atmanirbhar. And by this MSME only, we can do this country a Atmanirbhar, because in India around 10 crore MSMEs are working, whereas the registered MSMEs are only 1 crore 21 lakh. And if they all are connected online with the MSME ministry, and there are various schemes and subsidies and incentives and reimbursement from the ministry, they can grow. And the problem in India about this unemployment can also be removed. If suppose one MSME creates one job, then we can create around 9 crore jobs in India. And the economy, which is around 3.5 trillion US dollar at this moment, we can achieve the target of our Prime Minister, that is 5 trillion US dollar economy. So if our professional brothers and sisters take hand holding of this MSME, then we can achieve this target. As our past President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab, told that chartered accountants are partner in nation building. By this MSME Yatra, our ICAI has tried to prove that chartered accountants are really the partner in nation building. So friends, let's help this MSME, because globally around 60% contribution comes from MSME, whereas in India only 30% contribution is there. Whereas government has given various schemes for this MSME, and our institute also has started many various schemes for this MSME. So let's handhold each other with the MSME and take this India as a developed country. With this, thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next on dais, I would like to call upon CA Piyush Chhajed, Central Council member, to address the theme.
Good afternoon, everybody. Past President Shri Uttam ji, Prakash Agarwal, Central Council members on the dais, off the dais, esteemed members of our Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, foreign delegates, and the esteemed members of various accounting associations worldwide. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm the last speaker of the day, and I believe all our Central Council members have tried to touch upon the various initiatives being taken by the various committees. And my mandate would be to touch upon the Professional Development Committee, which I believe is one of the most important. Most of you, whenever there was registration was taking place for this WCO, so everybody looks at the professional opportunity, as mentioned by our past president also, that the audit is not only the area which you have to look upon, but there will be many new areas which are coming up. And the PDC plays a very important role, and a lot of initiatives have been taken by the institute in this particular area. If you go back, PDC committee was formed way back in 1962, and it almost completes 60 years today. And a lot of areas have been explored. There are three important objectives with which PDC was formed. I would just like to take you through these slides. What were the important objectives of the PDC? The main important activities was exploring the potential opportunities. So the main objective is what are the new opportunities which are upcoming for the professional chartered accountants. So now you would have listened about the opportunities in MSME area. Somebody was speaking about in the government area, formation of accounting standards. So once the opportunities are identified, institute for going into a deep dive forms a separate committee out of it. But the basic opportunity has been identified by the PDC committee. That's one of the important area which is important. Once that opportunity is identified, obviously you have to bridge the gap between regulators and the governments who would provide you a platform or a robust mechanism to implement those opportunities which are available to our chartered accountants. And third would be upscaling the professionals in that particular area. If I take an example of the forensic audit, which came up last 6-7 years, which is a buzzword that the forensic audit, a lot of people have done. So the forensic audit was identified, a committee was formed, a crash course was formed. There was discussions with the government why the forensic audit should be done in what areas, when it should be done, where identification of the frauds, what it should be done. So this is basically the role of the PDC, which starts from identifying the opportunities, speaking with the government, talking to them, making a robust mechanism for implementation so those areas are available to the chartered accountants in the practice. Then upscaling, that is introducing crash courses, introducing certification courses, taking seminars on that particular area. And also, a lot of publications keep on coming on that. If you take forensics, the institute has already come with the forensic accounting standard, and I think so it's the first institute which has come as far as forensic is concerned. Similarly, as far as valuation is concerned, there is the valuation standards, which nobody in India has formulated except Institute of Chartered Accountants. So there's a major role being played by this PDC. Exploring potential opportunities, generally, if you see, this was also touched upon by Kemisha ma'am, that the institute is directly in talk with the government bodies, and it keeps on making an efforts to have our chartered accountants can provide services into the governments, cooperative sectors, municipalities, and for that a particular committee has been formed who directly liaison with them, and also for that purpose upscaling accounting standards have been formed for that particular body. It also has entered into a various management agreements with the various bodies to explore other professional opportunities in the new areas, etc. Obviously, providing panels is one of the old areas wherein you are all aware. We have an MEF, we have a CAG empanelment. This is the one of area which again is run through PDC committee. And there is also a professional assignments. There's a dedicated portal which is run by institute. If you go through that portal every day, every now and then, whenever the new tenders are coming up, you would see on the screen of that portal. So whatever tenders, whatever opportunities are coming will be available on that. It's called, I will just, what is the portal link? You will get it in the next slide. The new areas which have come in last 5 to 6 years, obviously a lot of speakers have talked about. I thought I will just touch upon 6 to 7 areas. which are important, of course, insolvency and corporate CRP proceedings, arbitration and mediations, sustainability reporting. Again, there is a separate committee for that. Preeti ma'am spoke in the previous session about the sustainability reporting, social stock exchange, social audit, which would be upcoming areas, fraud detection and forensic auditing, valuations. As I said, valuation standards, we are the first one to devise valuation standard. But unfortunately, in the income tax itself, there is an amendment been made wherein chartered accountants cannot provide valuations in a certain circumstances if you are statutory auditors. But definitely, still the valuation standards are only developed by ICAI. Export of services is a one major area which I think so. Rohit bhai was also talking of, government is also talking to the institute. Let's open up let's sign up free trade agreements with the various countries wherein our services can be exported. So institute is also deliberating on that. Consultancy in MSME sector, which Raj bhai has already touched upon. So the main important area again is bridging the gap between the government regulators and professionals. And please mind it, this is actually on the regular business. I know a lot of issues come up. A lot of members do tell that there is a lot of gaps between the government. Yeah, government sun nahi raha hai shayad institute ka, but institute generally keeps on speaking to them, keeps on talking to them on the new areas. It keeps on advising, give their suggestions on how appointment of auditors or PSU should be done. If you remember, in the last 3 or 4 years, there's a compulsory rotation has come in the NBFC sectors, wherein within 3 years, there has to be the rotation of auditors, number one. Number two, there has to be a compulsory joint audit. And even the joint audit, which is now being proposed by the MCA Institute, is quite positive on it, and Institute is also in favor of that. If joint audit comes up, obviously a lot of professional opportunities will open up for the small and medium practitioners. And that is an idea which also Institute is looking at it. It also studies the impact of various circulars issued by the regulator. So as and when the circulars are coming, the PDC committee also looks into it, then it puts forward before the specialized committee. Like if it's a direct tax circular, it goes to direct tax committee, and who issues basically the impact of that, who studies that, and again issues in the public domain. The direct interaction with government helps you. It supports the inclusions. If you see the benefits which have occurred, there is a inclusion of cooperative sector in the mainstream by way of bringing common accounting software for all cooperative societies. Aims to bring transparency in tendering of professional services by taking up matters concerning the tenders for redressal at appropriate forums. Meet with various statutory and central departments. So this is the areas which the committee is concentrating as far as discussion with the government authorities is concerned. Last but least, of course, these are some of the initiatives of the PDC, and the main important objectives is upscaling, that is capacity building, we can say in other words, but is upscaling and upskilling of the members of the institute. For this purpose, various dissemination of circulars issued by various regulatory bodies has been done. Again, the impact has been done, which we saw in the earlier slide. Educational workshops have been taken, and certification courses are also there. Publications on crucial areas are coming up on a regular basis, month-on-month basis. Each and every different committees are coming with a publication. The basic idea is that if the publications are available to the members, it will help them in capacity building in that particular area. Various certification courses we have discussed. There is an MOU with IIM been signed for the management and finance for experienced chartered accountants, which is available at a particular rate and on the particular terms and conditions. Seminars, CPE programs, and library of publications. So these are the basic broad areas which the Professional Development Committee looks into it. And that was my mandate. Obviously, the PDC, this is not an end of day. Every new morning, there are a lot of Professional Development Committee areas would be coming in. And PDC is always on its toes to identify those and actually work upon it. With this, I will end my session. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Piyush sir, about explaining about the opportunities, bridging the gap, and about the upscaling and upskilling. It was quite an informative session. Now, I would like to thank all the panelists who were there on the stage. One more time, audience, please put your hands together for all of them giving their useful information on this session. I would like Uttam Prakash Agarwal ji to please be on the stage. Honorable Past President ICAI. Please be there on the stage. And to give away the memento, to present the memento, I would like to call on stage CA Sushil Kumar Goel to present the memento to CA Uttam Prakash Agarwal, Honorable Past President ICAI. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on the stage. Thank you so much, audience. Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now it's the lunch time. We shall meet you after the lunch. Thank you so much.